Khloé Kardashian shares her reasons for feeling so tired from parenting her children. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Khloé Kardashian recently shared something that many parents will deeply understand. She's completely exhausted from taking care of her children. But despite how tired she feels every single day, she wouldn't want her life to be any other way. Her love for her kids shines through all the challenges, even when she feels like she's reaching her limits. Khloé is a well-known public figure, but like many parents around the world, she faces the daily pressures of raising children mostly on her own. She has 2 kids with basketball player Tristan Thompson, who is now 6 years old, and little Tatum, who is almost 2. Even though she has a big family and lives a high-profile life, much of the parenting work is still in her hands. During a recent episode of her family's reality show, The Kardashians, Khloé sat down with her older sister Kourtney and spoke honestly about what it's like raising her children. During their conversation, Khloé opened up about why she didn't go on a recent trip to Paris with the rest of the family. The reason wasn't anything glamorous or work-related, it was simply because she couldn't bring herself to leave her kids. She explained that her ex, Tristan, was away at the time, and that left her feeling anxious and worried about being away from her children while no other parent was home. Khloé shared her thoughts with Kourtney, saying, "I don't have a parent to stay with them." It was clear that she had been thinking deeply about all the possible things that could go wrong. "The whole family was out of the country," she added, "and I just kept thinking, what if there's an earthquake? What if something bad happens, and there's no parent around?" These thoughts kept building up in her mind, and she eventually decided not to take the trip. She admitted that she was scaring herself just thinking about the idea of leaving them behind, which shows how seriously she takes her role as a mother. Khloé also made it clear that Tristan does help out with the kids when he's home. She said, "He's a big help when he's here," which suggests that when he is around, he takes parenting seriously. But at the time of the trip, he was away playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which meant Khloé was handling everything by herself. That meant no backup parent at night, and very little rest. She went on to explain something that a lot of parents might relate to: she doesn't have a night nanny. While many people might assume that celebrities always have extra help around, Khloé admitted that she's actually doing a lot on her own. "I don't have nannies at night," she told Kourtney. "Maybe I need to change that, or at least have someone available sometimes." She revealed that no one lives full-time with her or helps her overnight, which makes her responsibilities even heavier. Khloé is incredibly hands-on with her children, especially with True. She proudly shared, "I make all of her lunches, I make her dinners, I do everything." She said she doesn't like letting anyone else take over these tasks. "It's not because there's no one available. Tristan has helped in the past, but she admitted that she's just very specific and careful about how things are done. I'm so particular," she said. This level of care and attention might sound admirable, but it also takes a toll. In a confessional part of the show, Khloé was even more honest about what her days really feel like. She talked about how much she loves her children, but also how draining parenting can be. "Being a parent is hard," she said plainly, with a tired but loving look on her face. Khloé painted a clear picture of her daily routine. She said that once True is asleep around 8:30 at night, she feels completely worn out. "I'm, like, crawling," she joked, comparing herself to a scene in the movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, where Leonardo DiCaprio's character can barely move. That's how exhausted she feels after a full day of parenting. But even after such a long day, the cycle begins again the next morning. She shared that she wakes up and does everything all over again. It's a never-ending loop of responsibility, care, and love. And yet, as hard as it is, Khloé admitted that it's also everything she ever wanted. At the same time, it's all you want, she said. "It's a strange but very real feeling, being completely tired and overwhelmed, but also feeling so connected to your children that you wouldn't trade it for anything." She even added, in a moment of humor and vulnerability, that once her kids are asleep and the house is quiet, she actually starts to miss them. "By 10, I'm like, I miss them, she said, as if she were surprised by her own feelings. She then laughed at herself and said, "Get it together, Khloe. Snap out of it." This shows just how much she loves being a mom, even though it can be emotionally and physically draining. Khloe has been open on her reality show about what it's like to be a mother, not just the happy parts but also the difficult ones. She has shared real moments that many parents can understand. Last year, she talked about the emotional experience of having her second child, Tatum, through surrogacy in 2022. That process came with its own unique challenges. In a very touching moment from the show, Khloe revealed that she felt a deep sense of guilt after Tatum was born. She said, "I felt really guilty that this woman just had my baby, and I take the baby and then I go to another room and you're sort of separated." It was a difficult moment for her because she didn't feel the immediate connection she had expected. She went on to say that she wishes someone had been more honest about what surrogacy is really like, not in a negative way, but just to prepare her for how different it would feel. She made it clear that she doesn't regret the decision, and she still thinks it's a beautiful experience. "It's still great," she said, "but it's just very different." These kinds of stories help people see Khloe as more than just a television star or businesswoman. They show her as a mother who feels, struggles, and cares deeply. She has every resource at her disposal, yet she still faces the same worries and emotional roller coasters that many parents experience every day. What makes Khloe's story so relatable is that she doesn't pretend to have it all figured out. She talks openly about the things that scare her, the guilt she feels, and the small moments that bring her joy. Even though her life looks glamorous from the outside, behind closed doors she's just a mom trying her best, feeling tired, worried, and deeply in love with her kids. Khloe's story is also a reminder that being a parent is not easy, no matter who you are. She's working hard to balance her family life, her personal emotions, and the pressure of always being in the public eye. Even when she feels like she's falling apart, she keeps going, driven by love for her children. Her confession about missing her kids after they go to sleep shows just how strong that love is. It's a funny, emotional moment that many moms and dads will understand, the idea that you're desperate for a break, but the moment you get one, all you can think about is your children. It's that strange mix of exhaustion and love that defines so much of parenting. In the end, Khloe's story is not just about being tired. It's about what it means to truly care for someone else, to give them all your energy, and to still want to do it again the next day. It's about accepting that you won't always get it right, and that sometimes you'll feel like you're failing, even when you're doing your best. Khloe is incredibly hands-on with her children, especially with True. She proudly shared, "I make all of her lunches, I make her dinners, I do everything." Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.